Leadership lessons. Here are the 3 qualities that as a leader you must try to understand and cultivate in yourself. So let's get started. The first one is being open about your flaws. It's not for the faint of heart. It requires a certain level of confidence and authority, but it also requires a level of vulnerability. So let's be real. Vulnerability isn't exactly the strong suit of most leaders, but consider this. Being open about your flaws as a leader can actually be a good thing. And I'm not just saying that because I want to keep my job. First of all, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Leaders are human. That's right. Despite what some of us may want to believe, we don't have the superpowers. We make mistakes, and sometimes those mistakes can be epic. But instead of pretending like they never happened, leaders should own up to their mistakes and admit when they messed up. This shows that they're human, and more importantly, it shows that they're accountable. And let's be real, accountability is not a trait that is commonly associated with leaders. So being open about your flaws can actually set you apart and make you a better leader in the long run. Secondly, being open about your flaws can foster a culture of trust and open communication within your team. If you're always pretending to have it all together, it can be difficult for the team members to approach you with concerns or suggestions. But if you're open about your mistakes, it creates an environment where team members feel comfortable sharing their own thoughts and ideas. And who knows, maybe one of those ideas will be the next big thing for your company. Last but not least, being open about your flaws can make you more relatable to others in your field. I mean, let's be honest. We've all had those moments where we've thought, wow, I can't believe this person is in charge of anything. But if leaders are open about their mistakes, it makes them more human and relatable, which can lead to valuable collaborations and partnerships. So, in conclusion, being open about your flaws as a leader is not a weakness, it's a strength. It allows you to connect with your team, improve communication, and foster a culture of trust and open communication. Plus, it's a great way to make yourself more relatable to your peers. So go ahead and admit when you make a mistake. Just don't do it too often or you might lose your job. The second leadership quality that we can talk about, my favorite topic, is empathy. When I was getting my MBA from UT Austin, Macomb School of Business, my professor mentioned that empathy, you would realize, eventually one of the most important and most powerful words that you would ever learn. Then she went on and explained the difference between empathy and sympathy, and I have a really good example of Brené Brown. She's awesome, and she's also from UT. She had her famous TED Talk on vulnerability and wrote several books like Power of Vulnerability, Daring Greatly, etc. But one of her best books is Atlas of the Heart. I actually have a copy here. Oh my God, it's just really next level. But back to our topic. Empathy is an important skill to cultivate as a leader. Here's why. Leadership is not about bossing people around and making all the decisions. It's about understanding and connecting with your team. And that's where empathy comes in. Empathy is like that secret sauce of leadership. It's what makes your team members actually want to follow you instead of just doing what you say because they're afraid of being fired. First of all, empathy allows you to connect with your team on a deeper level. It's like having a secret decoder ring that lets you understand what your team members are really thinking and feeling. This can be especially useful when dealing with difficult situations or personalities. Instead of just getting frustrated and yelling at people, you can actually understand where they're coming from and come up with a solution that works for everyone. Now, secondly, empathy helps create positive and inclusive work environment. When you can understand and relate to different perspectives and experiences of your team members, it makes for a much more harmonious work environment. And let's be real, who doesn't want to work in a place where people are nice to each other? And lastly, empathy is like a superpower when it comes to design and customer service. If you can understand and relate to your customers, you can create products and services that they actually want to buy. Plus, it makes them feel like they're not just another number number on the spreadsheet. And who doesn't love the feeling of being special? So in conclusion, empathy is not just for therapists and counselors, it's also for leaders. Empathy allows you to connect with your team, create a positive work environment, and make your customers feel royalty. So go ahead and put on your empathetic leader cap and watch your team and customers flock to you. Just don't wear it outside of work, or you might get some strange looks. Just kidding. Next up, we have the third leadership skill, which is adaptability. Leadership is not just about sticking to a plan and never deviating from it. It's about being flexible and open-minded when things don't go as expected. And that's where adaptability comes in. Adaptability is like a chameleon of leadership. It helps you blend in and survive in any situation. After all, when 66 million years ago we had the dinosaurs go extinct, our ancestors, rats, survived because of their adaptability. One of my favorite people in the entire world, Yuval Noah Harari, also wrote this in 21 Lessons for 21st Century, that what is that one skill that you want to teach our next generation? And that skill was adaptability. We know that our world is changing very rapidly, and our ability to adapt quickly is what's going to determine if we survive or if we die. So just like a lot of amazing companies in 2023 have their new mantra as change or die, as leaders, we need to cultivate that skill of adaptability. Here are some more reasons why. Adaptability allows you to navigate through uncertainty. Let's face it, most things, especially for small but fast-growing digital transformation tech agency like us, don't go according to the plan. But with adaptability, you can roll with the punches and come up with a new plan on the fly. It's like having a built-in GPS for your leadership journey. Also, adaptability helps you stay relevant. With adaptability, you can stay ahead of the curve and keep your team and organization competitive. And finally, adaptability makes you more fun to work with. Who wants to work with a leader who is stuck in their ways and never willing to try new things? With adaptability, you can be a leader who's open to ideas and approaches and who isn't afraid to take a risk. Plus, it makes for more interesting team building activities as well. So adaptability is not just for survivalists and scouts, it's also for leaders. Adaptability allows you to navigate through uncertainty, stay relevant, and be more fun to work with. So go ahead and embrace the unknown and watch as your team and organization thrive. Just don't try to adapt to everything, or you'll end up being a jack of all trades and master of none. I hope you enjoyed these 3 leadership skills that you can consider to consciously cultivate. I know many of you may already be practicing these, but isn't it refreshing to hear some of this again with someone else's perspective on why this is important? If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button so others can benefit as well. For more such content, go ahead and subscribe to our channel, and I promise you, getting comments and subscribers is the only thing that just keeps us going. Until next time, goodbye.